All right. Namaste, great souls. We are here for another class, connection, sharing together today. And I just wanted to bring up one of the important points of yoga and life, and that is setting an intention. It's usually requested. I heard this from Michael Beckwith. Many of us suffer from not ADD, attention deficit. It's it's intention deficit disorder. So if we don't have an intention, I mean, sure, life happens and we just go with it. But with an intention, it helps us to kind of tune in. For example, when I was waking up this morning, I was feeling my intention. And what came up for me were several things, and I have to pick one or two of them. But this feeling of safety, of love, of light, of playfulness. I want some fun going on, some a little more, just joyful things happening. So I want to intend that. I want to open to that and bring that in. So I'll invite you to set your intention. That's one level of it for our class or for the day. But then the deeper level is our heartfelt desire, getting in touch with what you truly want in life. And so that's much more in a heart center. What is it that you really, really, really want, and how to actualize that, manifest that, take action to do that. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, make sure you have blocks and weights and straps, all the props. Anything you need. Sitting comfortably. And then just taking some slow, let's exhale through the mouth first. And then a slow inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently hold. Focus at the spiritual eye. And then exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just continue at your own pace, at own timing. You're landing on the mat, sanctuary space. You carved it out. We're going into what's called pratachara, interiorization, attuning, giving ourselves attention to what's happening physically, emotionally, and the witness observer spiritually. Notice how your body's feeling in this moment, the capacity of your breath, and the capacity of your heart to ask, what is it I would like? What is speaking to me from within that I want to cultivate? And it could be in my practice or beyond the practice in my day. It may come now, it may come a little bit later as we practice. And then we're going to bring our fingertips and thumb to the shoulders and just start to make circles. Swimming through the air, we breathe, getting the shoulder heart opening going on. Go at a pace that feels right to you as you circle then in the other direction. Okay. Now this next one, we're going to lift the left tip of the elbow up and around, and we're going to expand the heart open and add our twist. Left hand down, right hand on the left knee, and chin parallel twist. Exhale. Navel to the spine. Inhale, ease 3/4 of the way back. And then twist again. Releasing tension, toxins. Inhale, ease. One more time. Exhale, twist. Open through the crown. Open to the light. It could be literally opening to the light outside, the sun and the light within. Or again, that lightness, that more playfulness in the heart. Expanding, opening the heart, bringing the fingertips on the shoulders. Again, let's do just a couple rotations. And then bringing that right tip of the elbow up and around, the right hand behind you, the left hand by the right knee as we twist. Knees back, that's your timing. Twist out. You can sustain it here and just breathe as well. But make sure the navel's drawing back toward the spine. Ease. And then twisting again. Okay, coming back. Again, expand the heart, front, back, and sides of the heart. And some more of that shoulder rotation. So if you like this, try to incorporate it throughout the day. Of course, we can do this standing as well. And let's release our low back, our back in general, before we get into our vinyasa flow. So we bring the knees in. We are going to ripple, first lengthen up and then ripple down. Low back, mid back, upper back. Sweep the arms up overhead, draw the knees in. All right, thank you, body, and all the ways you show up for me and allow things to happen in the best way possible. Inner borders of the feet together, hands on the knees, circle. The knees away from you and then towards you. Just get a sense of your back imprinting into the earth. 3 times the opposite direction. Planting the feet, hip width apart, hands on the belly. We're going to dig the sacrum into the earth so the lumbar comes off the floor. And then exhale, flatten. Low back release. Inhale, think up above the navel, clock 12, below the navel 6, above the pubic bone. So we're arcing and we're flattening. You can just think arc and flatten, or you can think 12 and 6. And then let's take that clock over to the 3 and the 9, okay? Over toward that right side of the belly, right hip bone to the 3 o'clock, and then over to the 9 without moving the legs a lot. Low back's imprinted. We're just going side to side. 3 to 9. Keep checking in. I recommend doing this one several times a day too. Back to center. Very simple but effective. And then we're going to bring our knees into the chest and rock and roll if that's okay on your back. If not, roll to the side. Getting enough momentum, lifting up into our core, strengthening of our boat pose, which will help our low back and our core. They go together. So you can start with your hands behind your thighs. Extend the right leg. Exhale through the mouth. And then switch. Just tap this right foot as the left leg extends. If you want to challenge yourself, you release the hands and exhale through the mouth as you extend the opposite leg, each leg. And the affirmation is, within every breath lies infinite power. Within every breath lies infinite power. And I'm going to take it a little further. The power to return you to your intention. Safety, love, light, playfulness, joy, whatever that is for you. That breath can bring you in to that intention. Okay. Let's get ready in our forward fold into a standing pose. Uttanasana, feet hip width apart, rocking gently side to side, spread those toes wide, equally balanced on the 4 points of the feet. Inhale, elongate the spine. So feel that head to tail connection, really important. And then the softening the knees, rest the palms at the elbows, relaxing, casting aside unnecessary worries. You want to massage the scalp, feel free. So that as we let go of those unnecessary worries, we can fill up with our intention. Opening up to love, wisdom, grace, whatever it is for you and your day today and your practice today. All right, and release the hands, spread the toes wide, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, and then sweep the arms forward in our chair pose, rooting down. We can sweep back again if you like, or you can stay fairly stable. The strength pose. Hear the power of your breath. Pulsing. One more sweep for me as we sweep out the worries, fears, anxieties, and bring in the safety, the love, the light, play. Lengthen up, mini back bend, and then bring the hands to the heart in our mountain pose. So take your time and have your blocks by your side. Get your props set up because we're going to be in our lunge a little bit longer. It's nice to have blocks. If you don't have them, that's okay too. But you'll come to the front of the mat facing this direction. Bringing your hands in Namaste or Eagle Heart Mudra. Feel the feet, feel the ground. Connection to the earth. Feel your legs. Feel the belly, low back, chest, shoulders, hands, arms, lengthen and open through the crown. Inviting that light outwardly and inwardly to stream through every cell of your body, every fiber of your being. Okay. And then if you'd like, we could send this energy to others as well as ourselves as we visualize them at the spiritual eye. Anybody we know we'd like to send. It could be healing energy. It could be fun, happy birthday energy. All right, we're gonna visualize them. Tap at the spiritual eye, tap at the crown, lengthen and grow. And then you decide, really be careful of your low back. Lift from the heart. And exhale. Try not to jam into the lumbar. Keep lifting up. Inhale. Large toes turn in and big heart opening swan dive forward. I'm going to place the blanket behind me. And what we're going to do is we're going to step our right foot back and onto the blanket, perhaps have the block fight. The blocks just help to lift up the heart and the upper body. Okay. We're going to pulse forward, shoulders down, and then lift up. I don't know if you can see that, feel that lift up, because what's going to happen here in our lunge as we draw this left hip back, right hip forward, take our time, back toes are turned under for more stability. We rise up with our arms, palms face one another. Exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze the back of the heart, open through the front, cactus arms this is called. Inhale, pulse. But just really feel that. And this is going to help protect your low back by doing the bent knee lunge. Tailbone down, heart open. I'm adding mudra here. And pulse up. And one more time. Exhale. Squeeze. Open. And lift up. This last one, we come all the way down onto the blocks, if you have them, or the floor. You can also have the blocks lower, of course, and just ease side to side. Just feel if that is helpful to your body, having the blocks there. All right, we're going to peel the left toes back, left hip comes back, and our half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Peel the left toes back, bow to the knee, lower the wisdom of the heart. And then release the hand and just point and flex through the left toes, point and flex. Really opening that left hamstring. Engage core to protect the low back. And then we transition into our downward facing dog. So take your time, step it back. Full body stretch, keep imprinting the base of the fingers as the heart magnetizes toward the thighs. Feel the power of the breath. I'm pendulating, going side to side, going forward and back. You know, you could be stable, you could be fluid, a combo, and you're affirming calmness and peace radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Well, that blood flow to the brain, cleansing the mind, and then coming into our plank. Strength pose. Reach forward with the crown, reach back through the heels. Forward with the crown, back through the heels. Bring one forearm down, then the opposite. Same thing, one time forward with the crown, reaching back with the heels, and then come on top of the knees, the thighs, into our Sphinx. Legs strong, looking over one shoulder, looking over the opposite. By engaging the legs strong and engaging the core, we're going to protect our back as we come up into our, I'm just moving this over to the side, into our cactus arms on the ground. Locust series. Inhale, tops of the feet touch the floor on this one. Legs strong. Inhale, pulse up, recharging the spine, just like we did in our lunge, but now we're on our belly. Exhale, ease. Inhale, opening those wings of joy and the scapula, back of the heart, and ease. Recharging. You can lift the tops of the feet off this time, engage the legs. It's more of a lift with the lower legs, obviously, and then melt. Stacking one hand on top of the other at the spiritual eye. And we got practice of really letting go. Every inhale, we're expanding. You can add your intention, opening to light and love. Exhale, releasing anything that prevents you from that. Luxuriate in lengthening the breath. And we're going to rise up and our Bhujangasana, our cobra pose, bringing our elbows back by our sides, our hands underneath the shoulder, legs strong. rising up to meet the light, love, opportunities of this day. Lengthen through the crown. You can lift the knees or not. Lion's breath. Do that a couple times. Willingness to open to this day. The knees touch down. Let's just take a moment in a deep prayer. Toes are turned under, arms are extended out. Deep diaphragmatic breathing. Deepen into your heartfelt desire. What is it you're really wanting at this point in your life? And rounded cat coming up. Adjust the knees underneath the hips, scoop it out, inhale. And then get your blocks set up for the lunge series to the other side, the bent knee lunge series. So we're going to bring our right foot forward. Okay. Make sure you're on top of that back knee. The left toes are turned under. Once you're fairly stable here to lift off now, we're ready for that. I'm going to draw the right hip back as much as possible and extend the arms upright. Exhale. Squeeze and soak. That's it. Inhale, bringing in your intention. Deepen into it, tailbone down. And open into that sense of whatever it is for you. I'm opening to play, to joy, to fun, to levity. Inhale. And one more time. Exhale, squeeze and soak with the cactus arms. Strong heart opening. And now we do the other side with our Ardha Chandrasana, peeling the right toes back, the right hip back. Starting out with the left hand on the right toes, melt over that leg, but we're bowing to the wisdom of the heart. Releasing our low back here. Really feel that navel drawing toward the spine every exhalation. And then release the left hand and just point and flex, point and flex. Feel the difference of the muscle groups being activated with the point and flex. And then when you're ready, coming here, doing a little side, hip opening, side to side. Get ready for our vinyasa flow. So we come off the back knee and we step it back any way we can to our downward facing dog. Keep pressing out through the base of the fingers. Magnetizing the heart toward the thighs, figure 8. I'm doing with the hips, so you decide what works for you as you open to the calmness, the peace, radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. If you're feeling you want more energy, let's do 10 rounds of breath of fire. Draw the navel to the spine as you exhale through the nostrils strongly. Slow it down. And then keep the vinyasa going, coming into plank. Step one foot out to the outside of the mat and then back. Opposite foot, left foot to the outside of the mat and back. And then either classic chaturanga or knee, chest, chin chaturanga. So elbows in either way. Unfurl the toes. In this locust series, we're going to bring our arms back. And we're going to lift the upper body and legs simultaneously. Inhale, pulse it up. Opening our wings of joy, expanding the heart open. If you can, lift the arms. Exhale, ease. You keep your arms here, you could bring them out to the side. Inhale, pulse it up. Recharging. And stay here a couple breaths. And then ease. And then the more challenging, if possible, if this works for your body, the arms reach overhead. And we're going to do our opposites, our bilateral for the brain. Right arm, left leg pulses up. And 3/4 of the way, ease down, not all the way. Do this 3 times each side. Inhale, pulse up. Exhale, ease. Always that balance of energy and then ease. Every breath is like that. Inhale, left arm, right leg, pulse it up. Strong, and then soften. Somewhat. 2 more. Inhale, pulse. Exhale, ease. Opening your wings of joy. And then the deepening, if you can't remember, bring that other hand on top and just melt into the support of Mother Earth. Softening the shoulders. Feel the front body. Really more heavy because it's connected to the earth. The back body perhaps a little bit lighter. So we got these opposites. We're always playing with yin and yang. Coming to the center. This at the spiritual eye. Okay, we're ready for a Bhujangasana again. King Cobra, partial Cobra, Sphinx. Again, legs strong. Rising up to greet the joyful opportunities of this day, the playful opportunities of this day, whatever you're bringing in your intention, let it expand. And add the lion's breath. Couple times. Opening all the chakras, especially the throat chakra and the heart center. And then the knees touch down and we ease back again for a couple breath cycles with the knees wide into our prayer pose, invoking our intention, our heartfelt desire. Maybe just inquiring, what is it my heart wants at this point? Really desires. And rounded cat coming up. Keep the rounded inward yin phase, and then the yang outward extension phase. Now the neutral spine, and we're going to hover off the knees. Port back just to taste the down dog. Couple breath cycles here. And more of a transition pose. Back to our forward fold. Walking the hands in. You can either place the hands, palms underneath the soles of the feet, or keep it like we did before with the hands at the elbows, palms up. Either way, relaxing unnecessary mental burdens. Letting them go. What we can. And then when we
let go, of course. The idea is we have the greater capacity than the space to draw in that love, safety, light, play, connectivity, and releasing the hands, transitioning on the strength of our chair pose, sweeping up, and rising up with your hands up. Inhale. Feeling the space within you, but all around you. And just circle. Slide bend to the knees. Just clearing within ourselves in the auric field around ourselves. Body wash as we come into our mountain pose. Rooting down, yielding. Either namaste hands, eagle heart mudra hands. May have been thinking about others you're sending energy to in that joyful way, in that compassionate, whatever way you'd like to send energy to others. Just in a moment here, of course, in the Hatha Yoga, there's so much focus on the physical body, the breath, but also a deep practice of yoga is developing that witness observer. It's here where we zoom out and just imagine you're on a hilltop and you're non-judgmentally looking at your life right now, your being, yourself, your circumstances. Notice if there's any guidance for you from that witness observer place. Not so much from the inner place, but from the witness observer. And then releasing. Before we get into our warrior flow, which is a strength, of course, training flow, I just want to you could do the sitting down or standing just to kind of visualize. This is metaphor therapy from ACT, acceptance commitment therapy. So the idea is, just indulge me here. You're driving your bus, okay? Your life, you're the driver of your bus, and you want to be driving with connected to your values, connected to what's meaning and purposeful in your life. And then, of course, inevitably, as we're driving the bus, there's passengers coming on. And they may be, negative thoughts, a little bit unruly passengers, some great people coming on, some thoughts not so great coming on. But the idea, the metaphor is that we're not rejecting, we're actually allowing. I mean, at some point, people will get off the bus, thoughts, feelings, etc. will get off the bus, but you're continuing to just keep in your driver's seat, centered with your values, your meaning and purpose, no matter what is coming in, even if it could be, we could have a detour going on, which we know about that. So we're coming back to driving our bus. That's a good thing to remember as we allow these various passengers' thoughts, feelings, circumstances to come on the bus with us. Okay. All right. Given that, let's take our weights if you choose to use them for our warrior series. So I'm going to grab a drink here too. This is good hydration break or whenever you want to do that. Now we're already set up. We did our lunge prep for Virabhadrasana 1. So to me, it's easier for balance to have the back foot at a 30-degree angle, and it's a wide stance here. It's not a narrow field. It is going to be, though, more helpful to your low back, like we did the lunges, to come off of that back heel, because that allows the sacrum to be less arched in the lumbar versus that foot spinning out. So I know it's a balance challenge to lift off of that heel, but see what works for you. See if you want to lift off like that with your heel or put it at a 30 degree. I'm going to start with a 30 degree and maybe go the other way. Inhale. Weights here, our hands here. We stretch our arms up and we affirm, I attune my will to the source of all power. Couple breaths here. Really rooting down into our Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, reaching up. I attune my will to the source of all power, pulsing a couple times or stable. Strength. And lifting up. I attune my will to the source of all power. See if we can bring those forearms toward one another. They don't touch. And then out. Now from here, we go into our Virabhadrasana 2. So the left foot is out and the right foot is in. And we're going to bend the knee, well, the front knee, the left knee, not the right knee. Okay, trying to get those hip shoulders stacked. If you're choosing to use weights, this time we're going to open up and look over that left hand. Pulse and strong. Bring either the hands or the weights up. And then affirm. I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. Always about attuning and opening up to the divine within us, and the divine all around us. Staying here, maybe building up some heat here. I'm feeling it. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and set the weights down if you're using those to, and I need to step this foot in to open up this left arm into our Trikonasana. So first get the shoulders, elbows, wrists, heart open, and then reaching over, taking your time. I'm going to use a block and place it by the little toe, or it could be by the instep, either way. Open the heart and then lift that arm up. Again, that head to tail is really important connection. We know that. Mudra, thumb index finger together, and affirming energy and joy. Fill my body cells. See if we want to go into Utthita. Navel to the spine, protect the low back, energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Circling. And this last one, bending your left knee, sweeping that left arm up. And before we do the whole deal to the other side, we're gonna spiral our arms around. I'm gonna come back into that lunge again. Rotate off the back heel. Release the hips. And let's release the back. By peeling that left hip back again into our half split. I may not think of releasing your back here like this, but it does release the back. And open the hamstrings. Strong series meant to be as we open to the wisdom of our heart again and again. Keep returning. Breath to tension. And since we're here, we might as well do a bent knee twist lunge. Okay, so bringing the block by the instep. You could be on the knee or you could be off the knee. Okay, the back right knee as we twist at the core and then float that arm up. Try to stack those shoulders. Keep strong through that back leg. Listen to the sound of your breath. Let that be your meditation, awareness, mindfulness, present moment. Slowly come down. Ooh, lift the heart, or when you're ready, we move the blocks out. Now we're going to come into our forward fold before we go to the other side. So we step our right foot in. With ease. And our hips, then upper body, swing, legs flowing in an easeful way. That's what you want to bring in. And then hands at the tops of the hips, bend the knees, inhale, lift up. Ooh, watch the head rush there. Inhale, stretch the arms up and over. And touching spiritual eye, heart, eagle heart mudra. So we just did very classic, slow Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2 triangle. Feel the effect on your body, on your mind, and your spirit. Those very much the warrior poses and facing the battle of life, the light and darkness. Okay, ready for the other side? We are going to have the right foot forward, left foot back, adding weights if you like. So again, wider stance here. I'm going to come off that back heel, protecting the low back more by coming off that heel, or if you prefer for balance, the 30-degree angle. Either way, you're tracking that knee over the second toe. Bring in your hands or your weights up. As you inhale, lengthen up. As you exhale, I attune my will, pulse it a little bit. To the source of all power. So if you feel your balance wavering, just bring back that heel back there. Being in here a little bit longer than on my cue for vinyasa. So I attune my will to the source of all power. Spread those toes of the front foot, draw that right hip back as much as you can. One more. Expansion and strength. See if we can bring those forearms toward one another. And then out to the side. Okay. And then we transition into our Virabhadrasana 2. I don't want my back to you, but you're going to have your right toes out, left foot in. So I'll just do the switch. This. Okay. Getting set up for our warrior 2. So shoulders, hips lined up, knee tracking over that second toe. You know, this is a strong one. And then even more so, we're adding the weights. Think of your intention, looking at that right hand as you inhale, pulse it up. As you exhale, I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. Tigger is here to visit us. Inhale, if possible, weights above, and then out. I joyfully manifest the power of the divine. Strengthening and lengthening. And then this time, protecting yourself as you place those weights down. Getting set up for our Trikonasana. Give yourself some pause here. Opening up through the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. Expand the heart. Reaching over. Taking your time. And adding the mudra, thumb, index finger, lengthening up, head to tail connected. Always those physical principles working through. As we add in the classic affirmation or add your own, energy and joy. Fill my body cells. Stay in Trikonasana, energy and joy. Fill my body cells. It's easy to collapse onto that hand. We don't want to do that. We can keep the upliftment. One more time, sweeping that left arm and then bending the right knee as we dance our warrior to come up. Oh, beautiful. Inhale, lengthen up. And then before we do our lunge, we're going to just stretch it out, toes turn in, elongate the spine. Okay, walk our hands back, heel toe it in, get set up for our release of our low back, starting with the lunge, bent knee lunge. Right foot forward, heart lifts. That's really about releasing the back here. As that right hip goes back, heel the toes back. Breathing in, breathing out. Bow into the wisdom of the heart, announcing your heartfelt desire, invoking it. Opening up to supercharge it, the divine, as we lift up and transition into our twisting bent knee triangle. So we come off of the knee perhaps, or you could stay on the knee. I'm going to bring the block in, twisting at the core, and lifting that arm up. See where you can maybe ease those hips down, but keep the strength of pressing through that back heel. Not letting this right knee pop out. No matter how we twist and turn in life, we can find our center. We can ask for help to come back to our center if it feels like, oh, it's hard to do. Coming out of it, transitioning, taking your time, and we're going to give it a little bump of that back foot forward. Let's bring our hands at the shins and elongate the spine. And then forward fold it. Soften the knees, resting the hands wherever they like. Casting any leftover burdens. We're clearing out in our practice so much mental, emotional energies that aren't helpful. And we're filling ourselves up with the good stuff, the love, the light, the joy, the wisdom, sweeping the arms up. And feeling the space all around you. Ooh. Okay. Before we go and release our back deeply and do our balance pose, I'm gonna have a sip of water again. Let me check the time. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. You can have a wall by your side, of course. We'll go ahead into Garandasana Eagle Pose. If you'd like to have a block there, I'm a fan. There's a block helping us out. First with the arms sweeping out And bring the left elbow underneath the right. That's too hard, just like that. But if it's too hard to clasp the hands. Bend both knees, look at a point in front of you, tap and lift. Here's your balance already. Knee, right knee on top of the left as we're sinking down, like we're sinking down into a chair. Now the arms, they don't want to whack out to the side. They want to lift up. Lift up. Yes. So amidst life storms, imbalances, twists and turns, I find my center. Amidst life storms, I find my center. I ask for help to come back to it. Ask for guidance. Keep focused. This too shall pass. Okay. And unravel the arms and then that leg. Circle around. Thank you, body. For balance every day. This one is intense. All right. And back to our eagle. Arms. And the right elbow underneath the left. So it's opposite. Bending the knees. It's going to feel different on this side. We get to lift up over the cat and cross at the knees. Or if you want to do the full wrap or the partial, main thing is lift those tips of the elbows and engage the core. Keep the concentration and the focus. Amidst life storms, I find my center. I ask for help to come back to my center. Deepen the breath. It naturally happens in many of the more challenging poses. When you're complete, we unravel. You can stay longer, come out earlier. Unfurl and swirl. Clear in the aura. And cleansing from inside out. Very good. All right, before we hit the floor, let's just open up the joints of the fingers. Affirming I am positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Okay, let's come down with grace and ease. So we're coming into a chair pose. And if it's possible for your body, a malasana. So it's a little bit wider. I should have said that earlier, with the feet into our malasana, into our squat. Again, this is going to help the low back, digestive system. Yeah. This is where we learn yoga from the animals in our lives. Okay. And so the yogis, the cats, dogs, you know, eagle. Okay. Well, let's come down and we did a lunging upright. Now we're going to do a lying down lunge. So, but first we're just going to melt down like we did earlier. Low back, mid back, upper back. Press through the feet. That's going to help release the back. And then pour those knees into the shoulders. Rocking side to side. A little heat going on from that warrior series. That's a good cleanse. That's what your body temperature is doing. Another great low back release. Interlock below the right knee. Shoulders away from the ears. If it's too much to extend your left leg for your low back, keep that left knee bent. If it's okay, and you feel as you extend, you can still keep that low back plugged in. Go ahead and do that. And circle. Circle the knee around. The lying down lunge part is bringing the knee toward the shoulders, and you might find it easier to start with that left knee bent and climb up the calf like you're climbing up a tree, and then bringing the knee toward the armpit and then perhaps extending. Heel the toes of the left foot up Make sure that you're not rocking over way out to the side, but you're across the midline of your back. Big exhales out. Slow inhale in. Make that exhale audible. Feel that, especially the right side of the internal organs cleansing as we take it now into a twist. Lower your right ankle and foot, plant the foot down, swivel the hips, bring the opposite hand over. Left hand to right knee, pulsing back and forth. And then sustaining it, most important to get the shoulders, those wings of joy on the earth. And sweeping, if it's okay in your shoulder, your right arm up and over. And our wonderful affirmation, divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. Bending your right knee, planting the foot, adjusting onto the spine, and lowering down. Arms come down, full yogic breath. Yeah, that right side, much more open. And when you're ready, we'll of course go to the left side. So drawing the inner borders of the feet together, bending both knees, protecting the lumbar, plugging it in, bending that left knee in, lifting the left foot, climbing up the calf. Oh, if you can use a strap here around the ball of the foot. Try to bring your knee toward the armpit, even across the back. Try not to go way over to the left side here. Balance it out. And if your low back's okay, to extend that leg, peel the toes back. 3 deep breaths here. Take your time. Exhale. Let it out. Tension. Inhale, bring in your intention. For practice, for your day, deeper, for the heartfelt desire, the stage in your life. Okay, and then release the foot and circle, winding down this left knee around. We're almost at Shavasana, deep restoration, but we're going to have that deep restoration as we go into the twist. Planting your left foot, swiveling the hips, drawing the opposite hand to the knee, pulsing back and forth. Let the head go on with the movement. Most important to get the shoulders plugged in, right toes up, core engaged as we sweep the left arm up and around. Divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. Oh. When you feel complete, then we come back, plant the foot, swivel, lower the shoulders away from the ears, and just take that again. So opposite, solar, lunar, left and right, come in the central channel where we neutralize those opposites. One hand on the belly, the other hand on the heart. And the neutralization of the yin and yang, of the waves that usually cycle throughout a day, we can neutralize that. Of course, Shavasana, sense and feel what works for you. If you want to release your low back more, I definitely recommend legs up the wall or over the edge of a couch or a chair or a ball so that your back is released. You're not having to, you're melting it into the support of the earth. So just the key there is then to get the shoulders away from the ears, or a bolster if you want more of a heart opening, some choices here. The main thing is we're just letting this all go into a deeper restoration. So important to just settle in as we get comfortable. Get cozy, get comfortable. Do what works for you today. Okay. Eye bag. All right. So as you're settling in, again, these metaphors I find can be helpful. We're now imagining a broom sweeping any leftover debris, any uncomfortable feelings, cleaning out and adding in the cleansing, the healing of the organs, the glands, the skin, the lymph, the blood. It's all happening. We're just thankfully allowing all the systems to cleanse even deeper. Closing your eyes, softening the muscles and nerves around your eyes, the eye sockets themselves. And we imagine the crown opening to a spiral of light above the head. And that healing energy is coming in to repair mental body, physical body, and the emotional body. If you'd like, take a deep yawn, relaxing your upper and lower jaw. Noticing sounds outwardly, but most important, sounds inwardly in the spiral of the ears, canals of the ears. Notice sensation inside the mouth, the tongue, the teeth, the gums. And just deepen into that oceanic sound at the back of the throat. And feel both shoulders, left and right, easing away from the ears. And radiant volume of space, streamlining down both arms. Notice sensation, maybe even a tingling in the palms of the hands, left and right, and fingers.
Again, just taking that time to drop into the sanctuary of the heart. Feel that volume of space. The floor, ceiling, sidewalls of the chest. And allow your heart to open. And it's a safe place here. Connect easily to the people you love in your life. Starting there, self-compassion. Notice that you are lovable and resilient. If you want to expand to others outside of the family and friends and people you love into the greater community, you're welcome to do that. Breathing deep in the ribs and the belly. Help facilitate that expansion. Cheeks softening left and right. Thighs, knees, that volume of space in the legs, the limbs, the calves, the ankles, through the soles of the feet, digits of the toes and heels. Entire body relaxed and yet aware. Just noticing if you could find an inner smile or inner joy or a sense of well-being. So connecting to that witnessing awareness or pure awareness, a part of you that's already at ease, yet quiet. And remember to zoom out into pure awareness. It's within you, but it's also all around you. This in every moment may feel my innate sense of well-being. Perhaps bringing in your intention or your heartfelt desire. Let that announce itself in the language of your heart from within. And if you'd like to transition into movement, you could do so gradually in a way that feels comfortable to you. Perhaps wiggling fingers and toes or resting on your right side, the fetal pose. I'd like to remind us it's so symbolic of the deep nourishment we've allowed ourselves in the practice today, every time we practice. And if you'd like, either seated or still in Shavasana, we could still send that intention out. Again, it could be healing energy to others. It could be joyful celebration, or birthday, or birthdays to others. So visualize those people you'd like to send healing or joyful wellness energy to. Visualize them at the spiritual eye. We'll rub our hands together to generate some heat. And we'll do the 3-syllable Om sound 3 times from the heart. Inhale. Bringing the hands in Namaste, acknowledging that divine awareness within you, recognizing that in others. That's where we are one. As we go forward, bowing to the wisdom of our heart, leading our day with perhaps the intention of what received in the practice in our day. I'm going to stop the recording.